What's this? Another new host? How did she do? Well, we will tell you what we think on the 11th episode of the Saturday Night Review, and that starts now!
Live from Nipso Production Studios in the heart of America, it's Saturday Night Review, a podcast dedicated to the television show Saturday Night Live. With your hosts, Joseph and Dennis. And here's Denis.
Yes. Oh, stop it. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the 11th episode of Saturday Night Review. He is Joseph.
And he is Denis.
And this is a YouTube podcast devoted to, I'd say, one of our favorite shows of all time, Saturday Night Live. We love this show a little bit, don't we, Joseph?
I was going to say it's devoted to us mainly, if I just speak selfishly. But yeah, SNL's involved a little bit.
They are just a little bit. And
just a little bit.
We're going to talk about last week's episode. But before we do, Joseph's going to tell us a little bit about what we do on this show.
I hope you got your hot cup of cocoa, kiddies, because here's what we're going to discuss in tonight's episode. Tonight's episode, we're going to talk about Mrs. Claire Foy and her hosting capabilities. We're going to talk about Weekend Update. We're going to pick our top 3 skits, or sometimes we just pick the 3 that we kind of tolerated the most, but we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. And then we're going to talk about next week's host, Jason Momoa. No, okay.
No more.
So, speaking of which, Claire Foy, just in general, what did you think of her?
I thought she was good. I mean, I think she's a good host for Saturday Night Live. I think she allowed herself to be used in a variety of different ways. I thought she did a nice job of being in the skits. I thought she was fine. I didn't think she was like something that was spectacular, but I would not complain about her hosting again. Again, you get into this thing about, is it her, or we'll get to this in a minute, is it her or is it the material she's presented? And I think in this case for her, I think she did fine. On a scale of 1 to 10, I put about 7 probably. I think she showed a lot of promise. She let them kind of do with her what they wanted, which was nice. What were your thoughts?
Well, I disagree, actually.
Oh.
I disagree. Disrespectfully, actually.
Dennis, you ignorant slut.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm actually, I kind of anticipated your answer. I thought it'd be, to be honest with you, I thought it'd be a little less dickish than that. But, no, okay, so I'm going to say this. When I initially watched the episode, I kind of thought like you did. Then I went back on the website and I started watching some of the ones where I was like, okay, I actually do kind of like that. So I honestly think she kind of, for me, she bordered on the line of spectacular. I thought she did it. Now, here's the thing. I'm kind of agreeing with you in saying that she herself, I felt she was spectacular. I felt she was very open to suggestions that, she said, hey, I'm here. Tell me what to do. I'm a game player. I definitely got that sense about her. And, we love that. And I also felt that, I don't know, watching some of the skits a second time, I was like, yeah, I don't know why. I think that one, I do kind of like it. Or it was one of those, like, I don't know why I'm laughing. But something about it just kind of resonated with me. So I'm going to say, yeah, honestly, I do kind of agree with you. I just, I kind of liked her episode, and I don't know why, but
you agreed with me. You just agreed a lot more with me than I did, basically.
A little bit, yeah. No, I just wanted to say something, negative about it.
Yeah, I liked her. I'm looking forward to her coming back and hosting again real soon. I just, to me, overall, I felt like the show was okay. It wasn't like their best top to bottom show. You obviously have begged to differ on that, but as far as the host, and the topic is the host, yes, I liked her. I thought she did a great job. I can't wait for her to come back. If she comes back, I'll say, oh man, why did they get her? I'm going to be like, oh, this is going to be a good week because Claire Foy is there. No doubt about it.
So this is an interesting question though, and I'm going to compare her with Aquafina because I felt
Ah.
the way that you feel about Claire Foy, the way that I felt about Aquafina.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting because I can't read you. I can't read you. I can't anticipate. I mean, you're a wild card. You know,
I'm a closed book. I'm an enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in cheese.
Yeah,
with some fruity spices thrown on top.
Delicious is what you are.
I am.
Yeah.
I am delicious. Quite delicious. Yes.
No. So, in all seriousness, though, and I don't know. It comes down to personal preference. This is something for me that I was thinking about when I watched Claire Foy versus Steve Carell versus Adam Driver. And Adam Driver. I loved Adam Driver's episode. I'm kind of wondering. This is just like an introspective thing about myself. I'm wondering if if I'm finding some of these female hosts funnier than the male hosts, and I don't know if that's, and I don't know, like, because I felt with Claire, I don't know, there was a lot of, I felt that she was multifaceted. She did at least 2 different accents, and I know that she's an actress, Joseph. What do you expect? I don't know. I just felt that she, like Driver, she was acting in these skits, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know if you can necessarily say that as far as boy versus girl, because it's the boy hosts and the girl hosts. It's kind of subjective.
It really is, yeah. It's a preference.
I don't know if you can really say that. If you're asking me Aquafina or Claire Foy, I don't know. I like them both. I felt Aquafina was a little bit more, I don't know, tomboyish. That she's a little bit more willing to like do a pratfall or be a little bit more physical comedy than Claire Foy. Maybe, I don't know. Personally, I'm just guessing, but I don't know. I would take either one. I take either one to host a show. I enjoyed both of them. So would I have to pick over Claire Foy or Aquafina? And it's like one of those things in the Batman movie where one of them's going to not host and one's going to host. I think I would go with Aquafina just because I think she has, I don't know, she has a little bit more personality. At least she felt that way. Although I think Claire Foy is great. So I would try to save them both like Batman did, but I'm not Batman, so.
No, one of them's going to die.
Yeah, if you're asking me.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Sadly, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Both of them possibly in your case. I don't know.
In my case, probably both of them and me trying to save one. So we would be down 3 people.
I mean, you're that guy. You're the Batman that's going to get a haircut and maybe stop and get a shake on the way, and it's just not going to work out.
I'm going to be too busy. Well, Jesus is really hard. What should I do? Oh, they're both dead. Well, wait, I'll go after that one, and then I'll die. That's what would happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why you didn't get picked.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get part.
That's why you didn't get cast, man.
Oh, curse you, Michael Keaton. Yeah, so that's what we thought of the host, and I think we both would say I would give her a thumbs up.
I would, yeah, hosting. Totally.
Yeah,
totally.
So
yeah.
too.
Okay. What do you think? A break? You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about Weekend Update.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm kind of surprised about? I was like expecting them, especially with her being British, to do a skit about Brexit, and they didn't even touch it. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, yeah, Brexit. That's like when you have to pick like between paper and plastic at the grocery store, right?
No,
that's
not it at all. It's the situation going on in the UK where the people voted to.
Like Monty Python or Benny Hill, right? Like which one is funnier?
I don't think that was actually included at all. That might have been. I don't watch the news that closely, to be fair. But let's just say that could have been part of it.
I knew it. Damn it, Benny Hill.
You are watching and listening to Saturday Night Review on the Nipso Productions YouTube channel.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. Thank you, Bruce.
And we're back. Thanks for watching or listening to SNL Review starring Dennis and Joseph. If you are watching or listening to this YouTube podcast, we'd love to hear what you think about our show. We'd love to hear what you think about us. So you can comment below the video, or you can email us at nipsoproductions@gmail.com. And when you do, tell them what they win, Dennis.
Actually, Joseph, they don't win anything. You get nothing.
All right, moving on. Okay, so thanks for playing. Nonetheless, weekend update. We're on to weekend update. This just in on weekend update. Weekend update had a couple newcomers to weekend update this time around. Beck Bennett introduced a new character. Leslie Jones introduced Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be a gentleman and ask what you thought, Dennis. What did you think?
Oh, why, thank you. I don't know. I thought the jokes were kind of okay. I thought Leslie Jones was back to being the angry, loud person for a while. Although I did laugh a lot about the Judge Judy comment. If you remember the Judge Judy comment,
I do.
Funny.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. And then there was Jules, and I thought it was a nice ending with Bush showing him and Dana Carvey, which was nice. That was a nice ending to the update. It was okay. The jokes were fine. It wasn't anything that struck out to me in particular. Yeah. But it was all right. I did like the new character by Beck a little bit. As long as it didn't get too long. But it was okay. What about you? What'd you think?
I'm going to say the exact same thing. I was just going to use the phrase, it was a little light for me. And the first 3 episodes, I thought these guys were killing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say like the last 2 episodes, I think I've commented on the fact that their commentary, just the stories that they're choosing. Like this one, they had like a 600-pound steer. And I was like, really? That's... but I will say this though. I kind of, you know me, I'm going to dissect a couple things here. So first off, I'm just going to say that I did like Beck Bennett's character Jules. I really did, and I think that was probably my favorite part of the piece. And I found myself watching Leslie Jones, and I thought the exact same thing. Leslie Jones is playing Leslie Jones. I've seen Leslie Jones play Leslie Jones, and this has been my kind of, I don't want to say criticism. This has been my critique on her since we started doing this podcast. Is that Leslie Jones is Leslie Jones? What else do you have Leslie Jones? But my thing is, though, I found myself trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Now, when I listened to what she was saying, and I said, you know what? Okay, Leslie, if you took it down a notch, because I think what she's trying to do is she's trying to rely, she's kind of leaning on this, like you said, like this loud, the volume of her comedy. And I'm like, okay, if you had just delivered that in a different way, I think when you just listen to it, I thought it was actually kind of funny.
It was funny. Yes.
It was humorous. But I didn't necessarily like the fact that she was yelling at Colin, Yeah. And I did I like the burn that she gave him about, when she called him an Old Navy wearing millennial or something like that. I was like, that was a decent burn. And I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm going to say that. And I was just like, okay, so I'm going to say that it was light for me. It wasn't my favorite. Meh. And Beck was the best for me, but I do like Beck Bennett, so I'm a little biased.
Yeah, I agree. A little meh there. But it's almost Christmas time, so a couple more shows and on break a little bit. So, and it's gotta be hard to come up with stuff every single week. So
yeah, and you know what? That needs to be said. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just said that. So
yeah. Well, and to be fair, I mean, these guys aren't going to last much longer because once word gets out about us, I mean, we're in there.
Oh, yeah.
We are in there.
Yeah, I'll be Che. I'll be telling all the jokes directed towards left-handed people because I'm left-handed.
Right, and I'll be Colin because of my face, I think.
You'll be the sexiest man sexiest comedy writer in the world or whatever he is.
Best suit wearer. Let's just say that. I'll be best suit wearer.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, maybe not even the face department. Just I can wear a suit.
No, definitely not. No, not the face department. No,
that's not my forte.
No, not at all.
Not my strength.
Not even close to your forte. That's like if you're in music, you have forte and you have pianissimo. You're like triple pianissimo on that. You're not even. There's no forte there for your face, man. It's I'm sorry, but I'm a friend and all.
Yeah.
But, I can't look at you too much. I start, especially if I eat, like I have to wait an hour before I see you. I don't know if you knows that.
Well, and I know that I'm a pill to deal with at least once a month because I do get Fort Pissimo once a month. So.
Well, listen to you.
Sorry, Fort PMSimo. Sorry. Is that what you said? Fort PMSimo?
Sure. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
So do you want to go to break so you can think of something intelligent to say when we come back?
I will work on that. Let me work on that. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with, of course, next is our favorite part of the show, our top 3 skits from last week's Saturday Night Live featuring Claire Foy. And I will go and no, Joe, don't get up. I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I got this. We'll be right back after this.
You are watching and listening to Saturday Night Review on the Nipso Productions YouTube channel.
Well, isn't that special?
No, I didn't mean like you're ugly per se, okay?
Oh, yeah, no.
I just, I don't know. You've got that facial hair and, I don't know. You're not my type, man. I'm sorry. You're just not.
You know, it's weird. My wife said something like almost verbatim a month after we got married. That is so weird. That is so weird.
when you meet online, that is what happens.
Oh, it's very deceiving.
I know. Oh, hey, Linda is waving at us. We're on.
Oh,
apparently.
Linda, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for coming back to the next section of the Saturday Night Review show, episode 11. If anyone's out there listening, we are going to talk about what our favorite top 3 skits from the show are, and we promise you that if you do contact us at nipsoproductions@gmail.com, one of you will get to Wang Chung for free. So get ready for that. Not everybody, I don't care what they say, not everybody can Wang Chung tonight.
No, that is a privilege. That is not a right.
You'll get a Wang Chung pass from us to Wang Chung that evening. Free. So, episode with Claire Foy Boy Toy.
Oh, nice.
And our top 3 skits from that show. And we start, of course, with Josephina. Hit me.
Damn it. I knew you were going to ask me that. Words. Okay, here we go. Number 3 for me. It was a tough one. And like I said, I actually did like some of these skits. And there was a skit, I don't know if you saw, that was cut for time. I know that's not included, but I really like that one as well. Okay. So number 3 for me, I'm going to say was HSN. Yeah. This is the one where Cecily came on. 80 played a small part in it. It was okay. I liked it. Yeah. I liked it mainly for the fact of just the things that were coming out of Cecily's mouth. Yes. Repetitive. Some of them were kind of repetitive, but some of the things that were coming out of her mouth, it really made me chuckle. So
let me ask, what was your favorite? Was your favorite I'm a stupid butthole bitch? Or was it eat my ass to hell? Which one was your favorite that came out of her mouth?
Out of those two, it would probably have to be eat my ass to hell.
Yeah.
And there was a couple that she repeated. Like I think she kept, calling herself I don't know how many times she called herself a something bitch, but I really did. I appreciated her over dramaticism, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
And then 80, I think another thing that made me chuckle was 80 just came in there at the very end. And it almost felt like 80 wasn't even trying. She was just there,
Oh, I didn't forget mine.
And I love I didn't forget mine.
I didn't forget them.
Such a great memory. Okay, so number 2 for me. I'm going to go with, oddly enough, Charlie's grandparents. I could have put this at number 3. And here's the thing. This is one of the ones, Dennis, where I was like, I don't really know why I'm laughing. If you couldn't, I'm pretty sure I was correct about this. I think even Kate was almost having
I think everyone was. Oh. Oh, wow.
For once, I don't think, I don't know if I couldn't tell if Pete was, or if that was just his, Grandpa Joe expression on his face. But
I think we all needed a cigarette after that skit.
Right. And here's the thing, with the start of it, I had no idea where they were going with this. And then when I saw where they were going, I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. But then they just kept taking it over the top. Mm-hmm. And then especially when I think it was Pete was like, oh, they're touching me, or something like that. And so I like Charlie's grandparents. Not the best use of her ability, I feel. I didn't like that. But I feel that number one did utilize her pretty well. And I was actually really impressed. Good Morning Guma.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, and I kind of inferred that I don't know what a Guma is. I don't know if they're the Gumas or the married women are the Gumas. Gumar.
Yes, you have to get it right. It's Gumar.
Gumar. So what is a Gumar, though?
Well, a Gumar, I think, is a side chick, but I'll check.
Side chick. Okay, so they're the Gumars.
Yeah.
Okay. You're so hood, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. And I love, and actually, here's the thing. Did you notice that Pete Davidson actually did a part that was not Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
And he didn't do too bad. I was like, oh my God, dude, don't break character. No, you did it. He walked in, he walked out, he threw some money to get some orange juice, and then that was his line.
My Gumar was an Italian-American gangster and mafioso, often referred to their mistress as a Gumar.
A Gumar. Okay. Yeah, so
which actually was at first a Comer, which is Italian for godmother, but then it went from Comer to Guma or Gumar, which here.
Is this just common knowledge? Am I stupid?
Well, I'm not going to say that.
But you knew that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
Now, hey, I watch a lot of Godfather and Goodfellas and all that. And I watch The Simpsons. They did a whole episode on the Gumar and The Simpsons that was really good. So take that.
All this pop culture here.
It was actually centered around The Simpsons. The whole thing. Gumar, the word Gumar was centered all around it. Because, okay, now I'm going to tell you. Marge's sister, not the lesbian, but the other one, who gets married like 15,000 times, got married to Fat Tony, or she thought, and he said, "You're my Gumar," and she thought that meant wife, and she found out later that no, Gumar means you're my side chick. And like she was supposed to just know that. Like they had a whole Gumar ceremony and everything.
I feel like this is like a Slumdog Millionaire thing. Like you didn't actually learn that. It just happened. Like you happened to remember it.
I just know it.
Yeah, so if this were a question on like a trivia show,
am a fountain of knowledge.
Yeah, that would have been $500,000 right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so those are my three.
That's good.
And
good
now
top three. I get to rip it to shreds.
Oh yeah, they're not on your list at all.
No. Oh no. Yeah, actually they are. My number 3 was what I entitled Willy Wonka Old People Having Sex, but I like this Willy Wonka Charlie's grandparents is even better. I loved growing up Willy Wonka in a Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder, not the weird one with Johnny Depp and the same guy that they cloned into 50 Oompa Loompas. The original.
The original.
And that's the way they were in the original, and they were sitting like that. And so for me, it kind of, it had a special little place in my heart for them to make fun of it. And then, they're at the point where they're basically banging their heads against the headboard and screaming in pain. I'm on the floor at that point. So
yes,
great episode. Great skit about Willy Wonka and the old people having sex. And then at the end, again, the twist at the end brought to you by Cialis. Again, out of the blue, they kind of bring something in at the end.
Yes.
Which was a nice touch. My number 2 was the HSN for the same reason. Started off strong when Kenan Thompson looked in the camera and said, "I'm wearing my Spanx. They're smashing my wiener, but I love them." You had me at smashing my wiener. Now, you go into Cecily Strong, who is saying, "I'm a stupid butthole bitch. Eat my ass to hell," and everything in her head that she could come out of. And I'm dying. And then, like you said, 80 Bryant comes in like she just owns the place, and just knocks, bump set Spike. She's the Spike. Strong was the set, and there's this beautiful Spike by 80 where she says, "And I didn't forget him." And I lost it just thinking about it. I'm laughing about it. So that was my number 2.
What a brilliant way to put that. Yeah, that's good.
My number 1 actually starred Claire Foy, and I thought it was brilliantly done. It could be done with somebody who doesn't do cue cards well. I didn't feel like she was reading off cue cards. But this would have been a good one for someone who couldn't read off cue cards, and that is the Warren Words, the short replies from home, which was genius. She was really dry. She was so serious. And the more serious she got, the more upset he got. And
yes,
I really, really loved it. It got funnier and funnier and funnier and kookier. And the thing I like about my three, and yours as well, and the only one we didn't agree on was Good Morning, Good Morning. That would have been my number 4, without question. Good Morning, Good Morning would have been my number 4. The only thing that we didn't agree on was that one. But all 4 of our skits really were just goofiness. They were just pure, raw Saturday Night Live goofiness. And that's what we really like. And so, I look back on the show and the girls say, well, gee, I didn't really like the show. It was okay. I don't know. Now we're talking about it. And, a lot of the episodes were goofy, silly stuff. It was actually a pretty good episode.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, man, it really and I don't know, is anybody listening to this would sit there and say, well, you guys keep bringing up this fact that it is kind of reminiscent of old SNL. Like you've mentioned that before, some of these skits. And I agree with you, but I wonder if somebody listening might sit there and go, or if we reflected on it, they would sit there and go, yeah, but haven't they done that? And I honestly, I want to say yes, but some of these, I feel some of these are very much throwbacky, if I can use that word. Yeah. The goofy,
throwbacky.
Throwbacky. Yeah, I'm going to
throwbacky.
It's mine.
Teaches English. Go ahead.
There. So here, I would like to bring up a couple that didn't make our list, and sometimes we do that.
Please.
So I want to say this: I loved the concept. I didn't necessarily think it was entirely funny. I loved the concept behind the Netflix commercial.
Yes.
Just because anybody who watched that's where they get really satirical. Like you watch Netflix, and you know that Netflix right now is just churning out everything, and it's not great.
No,
it's not great. And I love the fact of when she said, "Okay, so Jenny's a high school. Great, go make it.
Here's your money. Go. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I did laugh at that. Yeah.
Now I will say this: I also love Mika and Joe, Morning Joe. Yes. I do love that. Now here's the thing: I didn't put it on my list only for the fact that they do it. It's kind of a reoccurring thing, and I just kind of wanted to focus on something. And Claire wasn't really necessarily a strong player in that one. And of course, Trump. I'm almost kind of trumped out. I almost like it when they don't do it at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Although there were some great lines in that. What did nationalism ever do to Europe? Which was a great line. Giuliani as a vampire was a nice touch.
She's great.
And, Stiller was in it, and Armiston. It's nice to see Armiston in it. The Morning Joe, back to Morning Joe. McKinnon and Moffat and Morning Joe is spectacular. Those two are great together. Where there's that sexual tension between the two of them almost every break. And I thought that was good too. I really liked at the end, and I don't want to go too political on this show. We said we weren't going to go political on the show. The holiday message from the women of SNL. I laughed.
Yes.
I did giggle. At the end where they're, just come on, give us something. I thought that was pretty good too.
It was. And I almost feel like going back to the Morning Joe thing, I'm when I watch skits like these, and they've done this in the past, Dennis, I'm hoping at some point that these people are going to make an appearance on there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember years ago. I remember when I was a kid. Right. I remember, who was it? You remember the McLaughlin group when Dana Carvey used to do the...
Oh, yeah.
And he actually came on there.
Yeah.
He made an appearance, and I love when they do that. And
one of my favorites of those is when they did the Joe Pesci show. Yeah, they did the Joe Pesci show, and they had someone playing De Niro, and De Niro and Pesci came up.
Yeah,
and De Niro, I'm pretty sure that it was part of the script, but just the way he said it so naturally, then he looks over at Colin Quinn, and he's like, "Who are you supposed to be?" And I fell off my. That was just so the way he said it. Who are you supposed to be?
No, and okay, so I don't know if you remember his response. I'm gonna digress here because
Quinn.
Colin Quinn's.
Yeah.
Colin Quinn said, Colin Quinn, remote control.
Yes. I remember that.
So, but here's the funny thing though. When I was a kid and I had that recorded on VHS and I watched it over and over and over and over again, I had no context. And so what he was essentially doing was, he's on SNL and he's naming this thing that he started his career out with at that point. What was it, almost 8 years ago or something like that? Yeah,
right. Before that, yeah.
So, yeah. And I love how they concluded with, now, Bob, do you think it's a little bit rude? He goes, a little bit.
Oh, that was maybe the best cameo of all time was De Niro
I agree,
and Pesci.
Totally. But that's what I would like to see happen, possibly with these two.
I agree. I would be great. I would love to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to see that. And you know, we kind of come full circle because we had the end of weekend update where we had a president, George, Herbert Walker Bush, who just passed away, and they showed him with Dana, and he loved Dana. He actually had Dana, his last press conference, if I'm not mistaken, he had Dana come out as him for a little bit. Yeah. I mean, you talk about, taking a joke and running with it and being a good sport about it. He was definitely that. And he loved Dana's invitation. Barb loved it. And, it was really taken well in the Bush household, which is awesome. So we kind of come full circle there with, real life and who they play. So, but I would love to see that. Yeah, let's see McKinnon and Moffat's characters from Morning Joe show up. That'd be pretty cool.
If you're listening,
please
come on out. Lorne Michaels will pay you, what is it, $3,000?
$3,000. If you do that for the Beatles, you can get at least $250.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's funny. I feel like now we should go back and record the first part of the show. We're like, the show was okay. It was all right. Because now we're gushing about this show when we start talking about the skits.
Yeah.
So isn't that weird?
Yeah. And to be fair, I was kind of gushing about it.
You were.
Just giving myself a little
credit. Pretty strong show.
It was a pretty strong show.
Yeah.
Strong show.
But what will we have next week? Well, we'll talk about the hosts coming up next week and what we know about that particular person right after we take a break. Right, Joseph?
Rightio.
Throwbacky.
We
should copyright that. We'll be rich.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. The next week's host, I haven't seen that film. Was it Moana? Jason Momoa?
Is he an actor?
See, that's where I was confused because I was like, well, I'm only familiar with the movie because it's one that my son keeps watching over and over. But I was like, this is gonna be challenging.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it's really good. That Moana movie.
It's very political.
Is that about a big fish or something?
It's got big fish. It's got creatures. They sing, they dance. But I'm gonna be
There's
honest
like
with
a loss. Is that the one where the fish is lost and they have to go find it?
No, that's Nemo, and that's a heart-wrenching. It's very Kafka-esque, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kafka. Yeah, I had that for breakfast with my bagels.
You are watching and listening to Saturday Night Review on the Nipso Productions YouTube channel.
You're gonna end up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
And the saga continues here on the SNL Review. Now we're going to be discussing next week's host, Jason Momoa. Dennis, what can you tell him about Jason Momoa, my man?
Oh, I don't drink fruity drinks.
No. Yeah, right. No, I got that. The host, Jason Momoa.
Oh, I thought you said, hey, have you tried Jason's Momoas? And I'm like, no, I don't drink that stuff. Who? What now?
Right. So here, I'll take over this segment. Jason Momoa. Right now, Jason Momoa is currently popular for, he is been cast in the last, I'm going to say, well, he's got his own standalone film called Aquaman. Ever heard of it?
Oh, he's got a child.
Yeah.
Born in 1979. No, he is an only child. I'll take that back.
Right.
He's an only child.
No, okay. All right, yeah, so that's relevant too, I guess. So he is Aquaman. I believe that comes out in theaters or is out in theaters. I want to say it's coming out recently, as in like this Friday possibly, or it is just recently come out. He's part of the DC universe now. I believe he got his big start in a little show called Game of Thrones.
He's got a wife. I see a wife. Lisa Bonet is his wife.
Yeah, the Cosby chick.
Yeah,
okay.
She was married to Lenny Kravitz, and then okay.
Oh, that's got to be very awkward for their kids, I guess. Yeah. So Jason Momoa is hosting next week. I'm getting the sense, just from what I'm seeing from the promos and the photos that have been posted on Instagram.com, that he seems to be, I don't know, he seems to be a genial guy. Seems like a big teddy bear to me. And I think just from what I've seen and kind of what I get the sense of, I'm going to say this. We've said it before. He seems to be a game player. I don't think he's going to put up too much of a fight. I think he's going to be game for whatever they give him. Now, here's the thing, though. Are the skits going to be good? And is his ability to, roll with the punches, kind of go with the flow? Is he going to have good pacing? That's the next question. So I don't know.
I see what you're getting at, man. I see it. He's a big teddy bear. Is he going to go for it? Yeah, I see what you got a little crush on this guy, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he is pretty handsome. I mean, the hair doesn't really do it for me, but he's got these kind of like, I don't know, light brown eyes.
He looks like a guy that spends most of his time on the beach and like runs like a shop where you can rent boats from him.
Oh yeah, like banana boats.
Yeah, like he's a boat rental guy that
Yeah, but
spends
he's
his time
also,
on the beach.
Yeah, and if you can't pay him, or if you don't, you don't have enough coinage, you can also pay him in weed.
Yeah, but you can also you can't not pay him because he would just come find you. And in fact, ironically, he worked part-time in a surf shop when he was 19. So there you go.
So hold on, is that a real fact that you're saying?
That's actually a real fact, yeah.
Well, so, I think he is. Is he from Hawaii?
I think so. Not so much funny as true now. So there you go. He also has martial arts. So
who doesn't though, right?
Yeah, well, who doesn't? Yeah. I'm excited. I usually the guys like this, you're talking about The Rock, you're talking about John Cena, you're talking about your big wrestling type guys. They're usually the most congenial. You're right. They're usually the funniest. They're usually the sweetest. They're usually the nicest. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. I don't watch this Game of Thrones thing. I didn't know that you could play a game involving thrones. So that's new to me. I've never heard of this show. I know nothing about this Game of Thrones. Is it like a game show?
That's not what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not a game show or anything?
No, dude. It's like a fantasy Yeah, it's like a fantasy show with a whole lot of nudity and
fantasy show. The Voice? Like The Voice?
No. It's just like dragons. Like dragons and magic and...
Oh, like Puff, the Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
Is that back on?
It's the same show, actually, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's in that.
Cool.
Doing really well.
Yeah.
Good kid.
And you said, he's doing Aquaman, which...
He's doing Aquaman.
Which, if you didn't know, it translates into Waterman. So you learned something tonight.
Yeah. Or is it pronounced Aguaman? Like Agua. Aguaman.
No, that's... No, this is America. We say Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, look forward to it. Should be a good show. We're definitely look forward. Joseph Momoa, we certainly already like you, because if we didn't say that, and you did know who we were, you would probably find us, and we would not say anything bad in front of you anyway. So promise good things next week for you.
For sure.
Yeah. And speaking of good things next week, oh, do you hear that?
Is it the music?
It is. The band's playing us out. We still have a little time, though. Just a little bit of time to say how much fun it is to talk about this show and act like perpetual 5-year-olds, and how much fun it is to mention Wang Chung in a show. That was fun.
Yeah, you know how long it took for us to work that in there? I mean, we've been planning that since episode 1.
Yeah.
Where are we going to fit it in? And then you just said, I'm just going to throw it in.
It just for fun, if anyone's listening and they want to have us put something in the show, a phrase or a word that's appropriate, we'll work on that. But anyway, we hope that both of you listeners enjoyed listening to our show. Grandma, hi. Linda says hi. Let us know your thoughts. We do this because we want to spark a discussion about Saturday Night Live. What were your 3 favorite skits? What did you think of Claire Foy as a host? What do you think it's going to be like this Saturday night with Momoa? We'll tell you our thoughts on the next show next week. We look forward to another fine episode of Saturday Night Review real soon. But until then, he's still Joseph,
and he's sometimes Dennis,
and we are out of here. Yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with Momoa.
Oh no, not with a name like that. Like he's gonna put you in some type of like weird wrestling move, like a weird wrestling move that once
Yeah.
you're in it, you can't get out, but then you don't want to get out because it just kind of feels right, you know?
Okay, now you're getting weird.
Yeah, you're right. I do like this
Weird.
guy.
I knew it.